Hi everybody, Menachem Brodie here with you from Vortex Training, your certified and experienced USA cycling expert level coach, strength and conditioning coach, and Serrata certified and experienced bike fitter. Just got a text message from one of my athletes. The bike apparently fell at a coffee shop and his hood is now bent in. So I wanted to make a video for him and share it with you guys as well, how to fix your hood. It's actually pretty simple. All you need is either a multi-tool with a 4 or 5, usually it's a 5 Allen key, size 5 Allen key, or if you have it, if you're at home, the Park tool or any other Allen key. So this is nice because it's a longer handle, which makes it so that you can get more torque onto the bolt. Not that you want to torque it down too much, but it also makes it easier to get into the hood. And I'm going to show you how to do this right now. So this is my giant Propel Advanced Zero 2016. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the hood back here, and you'll notice the hood kind of has, it kind of sits on top right there. There's a ledge right here that the plastic hooks into, as you can see. And if we pull on the outside, you guys can kind of see in there. I mean, we're not in the studio, we're in the living room here. There it is. See that bolt? So all we're going to do is we're going to take the Allen key, we're going to slide it in, just in the inside of the hood, and you'll see kind of takes a little bit. Oh, there it is. Okay, so now it's engaged. So what's awesome about this is I can just adjust this. So lefty-loosey. So my hood is fine. You'll notice that it's in line with the bars. It looks good. Also from the side, and this is something a lot of people don't necessarily pay too much attention to, but we want to have the hoods even. So I've had people come in for bike fits and they say, oh, my right side's really bothering me. And when I'm setting the bike up on the trainer, we notice that one hood has slid down and the other one is higher. Of course, you're gonna have shoulder and neck and back pain if the hoods are uneven, because now you're not holding your body weight evenly. So what we'll do here is we'll make sure that they're even. We know that his is uneven, so we're just gonna turn the handle just a little bit. It doesn't have to get too much, just a little bit loose. And now from here, I can adjust the hood, you'll notice, in and out. So the thing is, I'm not going to move this too much because we know that my hood is set up properly. Once we find that position and before we tighten the bolt, we want to check from the side, make sure it's nice and even. So you'll notice my bike is leaning up against the TV stand here. So don't put the level on top and say, oh, it's uneven, and then play with it. Make sure the bike is set up on a trainer or somebody's holding it actually level. The trainer is probably best, or a bike stand. So once we have that, we're just going to turn this. Now the thing is that bolts on bicycles need to be torqued. We need to have a certain amount of closing force. So that feels like about right. And we'll just let that go. And we'll check this. Have it either on the trainer for a bike fit, make sure they put their full force to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Then we're just going to pull that rubber. Remember, there's inside, if you can see here, it's a little bit, come on, focus, buddy. So this is on my phone instead of the usual camera. I don't know if you guys can see, but inside the top of the hood, you can kind of get a picture that there's like ledges. So we're just going to kind of pull this hood down, and we want it to sit flush, and that's really important to make sure everything is nice and flush, which it is now. So the rubber is nice and flush, and it is good to go. Now, again, there are torque specs for all of the bolts on the bike. You'll notice that some of them even have it written. So if we look here at my stem, 6 Newton meters for the stem. For me, there it is, that's a little bit of not a problem because I have a torque wrench, but for most of you guys, you may not. So for the bike fitting studio here at HVT, I actually have the Ritchie torque key, which is 5 Newton meters. This is a size 4 for the Allen key, and we just take this and we'll use this to make sure all the bolts. You hear that click? So it will not let me over torque the bolts. The reason this is important, we want enough closing force on the bolts. Come on out there, buddy. We want enough closing force on the bolts that we are able to know that it's not going to move anywhere, but not so much that we're going to crush, there you go, crush the bars. And that's really important. If you have carbon fiber or aluminum, that's why the torque specs are there, is to help you be able to know that things are safe and proper. So most of the bikes are going to have a 4 Allen key for the stem and for the top tube, and then the steering tube. This comes with a 4 and a 5 Allen key size, so you're able to be covered. The one we just used is a 5 for the hoods, so that's the size you'll need, is a 5. And then the seat post back here, So this is down, there we go, underneath my nog light. I need to clean my bike after today's ride. Underneath here, there is a size 5. So the torque key gives you 5 Newton meters, and you trust that the bolts are tightened properly. But that's how to fix a dented in hood if the bike happens to take a tumble, or maybe you involved in a very minor accident. You always want to have the bike checked after an accident, make sure there's no cracks in the frame or any other issues. And this is also why it's important in the spring to have your bike gone over. I usually tell my athletes in March, take your bike in before everybody takes theirs out. Go get the mechanic to look over it, change anything that needs to be changed, ask them to torque to spec all of the bolts on the bike to make sure it is safe and rideable, and then change anything you need to change. So that is it, how to fix a dented in or a turned in hood. Pretty simple, straightforward, nothing too complicated there. If you're nervous about this, you can just take it into bike shop. Most places should be able to do it on the spot, and most won't even charge you. So if you tip them with beer or coffee, usually beer is a good bet. The mechanics will love you, and they will much appreciate it. So I'm gonna go clean my bike because it is dirty and it does not look professional at all. Until next time, remember, train smarter, not harder. Torque your bolts and look for a good quality multi-tool or home tools. And remember, till next time, train smarter, not harder, because it is all about you.